From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. Open man is Chase, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Now Joe Mixon. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Throw left side complete to Chase. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. 1st down and more for Jackson, as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Dobbins. And he's got room. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 46 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
12. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
From the 27,
Toro. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
55 rushing yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Yeah, the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Here's Here's Jackson to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Tucker's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Well, they were going draw play there. The defense wasn't fooled. They sniffed it out.
I think they're going to have to go back and take a few more acting classes because that's what a lot of that is. You've got to influence them to think that it's going to be a pass play and have them drop out and maybe the defensive front coming forward and find yourself some space. In this case, no one was fooled and ended up spilling that play pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. To the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
50 seconds to mine.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Alberto going to be intercepted yet again. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like when they...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Bengals grab it.
Just getting fun to recover. Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for him here on this drive. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, Mixon finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but
going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, You can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on first. It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The option right is Jackson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, a giant hole up the middle. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Gets past one man, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. 12.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT, Tate. 11 MT, 11 MT.
And Burrow going to throw again.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
This one swung out to Williams.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd down and goal. Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Lazard there to make the grab.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They go play action with Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Mixon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. This is Mixon on the draw. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here we go. 11 mighty.
Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. McPherson's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker. Just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
11 MT, 11 MT. 36.
To throw, Burrow. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Here's Burrow.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Moss. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go. Hot. Right, 80. Nice hot.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.